Hello everybody, welcome over here. A client reached out and he's wondering what can he do to protect his market share. So he did very well in call volume for the last 2.5 years, and of course call volume went down, right, because of the pull forward effect. However, he still got more if we compare it to 2019 pre-COVID years. But his main concern is how can he, right, protect market share. So just for example, using a that's a basketball analogy, right? So you got to have offensive play and defensive play. So he did very well offensively in the last 2.5 years, of course, through digital marketing, through other stuff he did offline. But what can he do to bolster his defensive play? And that's very critical, right? You got to protect your market share. So one big thing just to kind of want to let you guys kind of start thinking more about is Google, right? So Google is definitely, you got to think of Google these days as a defensive play as well. If you do not appear on Google, right? If I go on Google, if I type in funeral home near me, if you don't appear at the top, right? Let's say in the ad section, right? If you don't appear, if you're doing Google ads and then you're like, hey, call volume is down, let me pull back or let me stop Google ads. And again, just honestly with you, right? You don't exist anymore. Practically, you do not exist. And that call now will, right, probably, right, it will go to your competitors, right? If you just don't appear in local search, in organic, you seriously just don't appear to families anymore. So again, I know with overall call volume going down, the first thing, even if for me, I would definitely reduce marketing spend if it makes sense. But you gotta think about defensive play as well. So think about your overall digital spend, right? Instead of thinking, let me stop it, it's more about how do I maximize my spend. That way, I still continue to get calls coming in, and I still protect my market share. And also, is there any way to grow my market share? But think about digital, right? Digital is you also gotta protect your market share, right? So make sure if you're running Google Ads, for example, instead of totally pulling out, totally pull back your marketing spend, advertising spend, is to maximize it. Choose your keywords wisely, right? Choose where you're targeting wisely, and that's something your digital marketing agency should be doing for you. Instead of having a lot of branding play, right, which is kind of critical, but also at the same time is to maybe shift that advertising budget to more protecting market share, more focusing on Google search, for example, because Google search is more imminent need. Social media is more pushing your message out there. So this is where you have to figure out, hey, if I, for example, if I only have $1,000 to spend every single month, where should I put it? And of course, you want to maximize it. It's like putting chips on the betting table. Where do you want to put it? So overall, you got to start thinking about, right, the whole pull forward effect before the baby boomers kick in. Where should you maximize your spend? But just similar to basketball team, you got to have offensive play, but defensive play is outrageously critical. You cannot, right, just stop your defensive play, and definitely Google search is a very good way to still protect your market share. Have any questions? Let me know.